Firstly, glycogen is a substance deposited in bodily tissues as a store of carbohydrates. Carbohydrate loading is a fueling strategy designed to maximize an athlete's muscle glycogen levels before an endurance event. This video should help you better understand how carb or glycogen loading works in relation to the muscle glycogen levels, when to use it and when not to, where athletes typically go wrong, and practical strategies for how to best make it work for you. A few quick tips for carb loading. Firstly, when to do it. You should consider carb loading as part of your nutritional strategy if you are competing in a sporting event lasting 90 minutes or longer. Secondly, there will be possible weight gain. You may see a temporary increase in weight if you have it effectively loaded. Now, if you're conscious about weight gain, then carb loading may not be the specialised training method for you due to the likelihood that you will gain weight. Don't make the mistake of not eating enough carbohydrates. Make sure you're getting enough carbs to gain all of its benefits. Carb loading is used by endurance competitors looking to fuel their game days so they don't end up like this fellow just chilling on the ground. These are endurance athletes such as Bradley Wiggins, Dean Karnazes, the Brownlee brothers, and Ray Lewis. This training method is not useful for bodybuilders, weightlifters, or powerlifters. Creatine supplementation and high-protein diets are more useful for these athletes. Carbohydrate comes in the form of potatoes, whole grain rice, pasta, and more pasta. The evening before large events such as ultramarathons, such as the Sahara Run, marathons such as the New York City Marathon, and triathlons such as the Ironman, athletes will be invited to pasta parties where pasta, and more pasta, and many sports drinks will be served to finish off their carb loading process. This process that I just spoke of is the carb loading 7-day process. It goes like this. 6 days before a competition, the process begins. The first 3 days, the athlete consumes carbohydrates as 50% of the diet and uses high-intensity training to deplete the muscle's glycogen stores. Do not starve. There must be enough carbohydrate to maintain bodily functions, especially as an athlete. At the end of day 3, the body will be tricked that there is a problem with its glycogen stores, and that it should store more glycogen than normal due to the body being in what some athletes have named the starvation mode. In the last 3 days, the athlete will end up eating carbohydrates making up around 75% of the diet to replenish and overload the glycogen stores. During these last 3 days, adequate levels of protein, minerals, vitamins, and a lot of fluid should be consumed. The athlete will need to consume higher amounts of fluid than normal. If the athlete is conscious about this, then it is wise to monitor the urine, not with a scientific test, but just by the colour. On day 7, that is your game day. It is not wise to go straight into something like this if you're a beginner, just in case your body doesn't react well to it. Instead, just try 3 to 4 days cycles of carb loading during your training. Start with the depletion stage, low carb diet one day, and then high carb diet the next day. If no abnormal effects occur, then extend the periods of time, but not to more than 3 or 4 days. Keep a log of food just to be safe. And now just a quick shout out to the A to level PE class, all the crews there. Happy training.